like I said, some rah-rah crap. That stuff doesn't go a long way in a 48-minute game.
It's time to meet some of the new Nuggets, and we say hello to Trevin Brazil and Bryce Hopkins, who met with the media, and you can see that Hopkins is much taller than Ben Tenzer, and Brazil's a tall fellow as well. So congratulations on becoming Denver Nuggets to both Brazil and to Hopkins as they were showing off their jerseys in the city of Denver. They went and got some ice cream. They played with some kids at a kid's place, which is awesome. And they just sort of, met everybody, which was nice. Like, who are these guys? Where are they from? What are they all about? What's the deal? And as we found out, John Wallace said he had their eyes on them for quite a while.
I think we've been following these guys for a long time, for a couple of years. I think obviously you kind of see where your team is and where those immediate aspects can be, added to where it gives us an advantage. Both of these guys have a unique ability to change the game on both ends of the floor, and that's one of the things.
All right, very cool. But saying they're both like first-round talent.
Both of these guys are unique because they're both first-round talents. Obviously in the game we are in today, age is kind of held against you in some cases because they're a little bit older than the rest of the class. But, we identified these guys early. They both bring something unique, energy, effort, good physical intangibles. I think their age definitely works for them in our situation, given where we are as a team and what they can contribute from day one.
It's funny that both these guys are actually older than Peyton Watson. How about that? That feels unusual in this day and age, but they've both bounced around to several different schools. They've been coached, and maybe it is work in college, by high-level coaches, Calipari in Arkansas for Brazil.
I mean, I love it. That's what makes this game his game. Like you said, I've kind of been through before with the, Coach Cal coming, just being in Arkansas, being expected to win. So, just bringing that same mindset. I love to win. I love to compete. So, just like I said, just bringing that mindset here to Denver with an already, winning organization.
For sure.
Listen, we welcome both these guys here. Hopkins says he's going to focus on defense.
I would say defending as well. Just using my physicality for sure on the defensive end, being able to switch onto, smaller or bigger guys and be able to move my feet and keep the ball in front of me.
Friends at Guerrilla Sports for that video. Way to go, Guerrilla Sports. They're a great follow for everything in Denver sports. Hey, they're young guys. They're rookies. They're a little stiff. They're a little, uptight. Meeting the media for the first time. I don't expect any kind of difference. It was an interesting day, though, just to hear these conversations with the new guys, while the elephant in the room is, where's Nikola Jokic going to go? Is he going to stick around or not? But listening to people who are in the know, it feels unlikely that he would go anywhere else. But is he taking his time? Sure. And by the way, there's a bunch of videos as we did deep dives into that yesterday, not only on here, DMac Smack, but also on PhD and on the morning show afternoons. All the coverage, the best coverage of the Nuggets on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5. The Rockies have a little bit of an issue right now, and it's from a direction that we should have anticipated. We'll get to that in a second.
There's a world of flavor out there, and to find it, you have to take the journey. Journey Spice Company handcrafts the most premium spice and seasoning blends that have no sugar, no salt, are certified USDA organic, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, and always planet-friendly. You are going to love serving amazingly delicious creations while knowing you helped reduce single-use plastics. Make sure to search for Journey Spice Company on Amazon today.
Yes, you are the absolute best. Thank you, Journey Spice. Use the code OFFSEASON26. Save yourself 10% today. The Miami Marlins are a good team. They're 45-40. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They're just 5.5 games behind the Braves in the East. This is a team that it's not unrealistic that the Rockies become. They got Troy Johnston from the Marlins, trying to prove them wrong. But the Marlins, although you don't understand or think of them as a good team, they actually are. and they beat the Rockies 6 straight times. They're here in town for 4 straight, and it started good for the Rockies, that's for sure.
And Jake hits this ball well to left. Going back is Ruiz. And it goes off his glove. 2 runs in score. Julian will stop at third.
So, yeah, there you go. You got the lead. How about piling on, Kyle Karros?
Off again, 3-2. And that's loud to left field. That may run to the wall. It will. 1 run is scored. Here comes the trail runner, Troy Johnston. He'll score. 2-run double, Kyle Karros. Make it 5-2, Colorado. Boy, is he ever locked in.
They had a great series in Minnesota. And for Sandy, he comes back.
It was early in the game, and they ended up giving up 4 runs in the top of the 5th, and then another 4-run spot in the 7th inning. And Victor Vodnik has not been great. He took the loss in this one. Sean Sullivan, I don't know, man. He's a rookie. I guess I got to forgive guys who are rookies. I just don't see it. He doesn't throw hard. He's not all that tricky. I don't know. I know he was a stud at Wake Forest and he did well in the minors, but the guy barely can break a pane of glass with his pitching. He's a lefty, so maybe he's crafty. I don't quite get it. Vodnik has had a hard time himself of late, and it's funny because this is from the Marlins perspective.
Vodnik having a rough year. High drive right field. Away back. Whoa! Off the facing of the third deck for Griffin Conine, who smashes one out of here to give the Marlins the lead. Take that, Pops.
Well, I guess if you're Conine, you just love hitting this ballpark. My goodness.
Of course, they're referencing Jeff Conine off the facade of the third deck. A 3-deck shot. It just sort of went downhill from there. Although, listen, there were good moments as Hunter Goodman continues to be absolutely on fire. And the Rockies don't give up.
High fly ball, deep left field. Did he get another one? You bet. Number 26. And a new Rockies record for home runs in front of the All-Star break. Passed a couple.
Not quite. It was home runs in July before the All-Star break. He's going to have to get 2 more to get that. That is held on to by, somebody else. It's either Helton or Larry Walker. But that does set a record for home runs before July 1st. And Drew Goodman would correct himself about Hunter Goodman. No relation. So we'll try again with the Rockies. It was a nice effort, but did not go their way.
Strike. Well, field hard on the ground, but that's going to end the ball game. Good play by Stowers. So a game that was up and down and got sideways in the middle innings for the Rockies.
Yeah, giving up 4 runs both in the 5th inning and then 4 runs both in the also in the 7th inning as well. Did them in. Hunter Goodman with the homer, that was cool, and Vodnik takes the loss. I do want to point out Antonio Senzatella because it started off being a great storyline for Senza. He goes to the bullpen and he was kind of unhittable in the beginning. Last night, 2/3 of an innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned, a walk and no strikeouts. The truth is, Patrick Lyons with the numbers here, after starting the season with a 1.30 ERA through the first 17 games, which is fantastic, all-star-like, Senzatella, 9.64 ERA over his last 8 appearances. So whatever magic he had appears to be gone. Teams have figured him out. He's not got the stamina or the endurance. He's probably not in great shape, in all honesty, and he's not fooling anybody. And his trade value is now plummeting every appearance he goes out there. Zach Agnos, who's been kind of a disaster, actually did all right. 2 1/3, 1 hit, no runs, a walk, and a strikeout. So he was all right. Sullivan, I don't have any faith in whatsoever. And the Marlins are a good team, period. They're where the Rockies want to be in a couple of years. A team that's over 500, if not a lot, but just a little over 500. A good, solid team with good, solid pitching and a mixture of youth and experience and power and speed. And I don't know. They're just a good team, man. They are. So we'll see how the Rockies fare in these next 3 games. They've lost 7 in a row to the Marlins. Rockies at 33-52. That still is last in Major League Baseball. They're not catching any ground. They're minus 92 in run differential. Of course, that's the worst in Major League Baseball. So, again, there are elements that feel pretty cool with the Rockies. There's glimpses. There's obviously good players, but there's still a lot of losing going on. And that's got to be corrected. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm hanging in there with them, though. They're an entertaining group for the most part, top to bottom. So we'll figure it out one way or the other. And don't forget, if they do win, we'll always have a version of What Do You Know? The Rocks won, and we'll give it another shot tonight. In World Cup action, Morocco early in a shootout sends the Netherlands home. And, and Paraguay beats Germany in shootouts. This is a penalty shot. A penalty shot is from 6 yards away, 18 feet. And it's funny how the camera shoots it. It makes it look like incredibly difficult or challenging. Listen, I'm not comparing myself to World Cup soccer players, but I was a striker in high school. I was a captain of my team. I played a lot of soccer. I took the penalty shots. I was good at penalty shots. It wasn't that hard. So to see guys in the World Cup miss the net, I think it's bad enough if the goalie stops one. Like, it's not that hard of a shot. It's easier than a free throw. It's easier than a bunt. And both of those things are pretty damn easy. It's easier than those things. So to see guys miss on the World Cup level, I mean, I don't know what else to call it but choke. They're hitting posts. They're blasting it over the net. They're missing wide. And I have people out there, the pressure. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You realize the vast majority of penalty shots are made relatively easily. But last night was outrageously bad. And Germany has nobody to blame but themselves. The U.S. beat Paraguay 4-1. And Paraguay gets over on Germany, and the Netherlands are out as well on shootouts. Crazy. Germany did get screwed over on VAR because, you can't set a pick on a goalie on a corner, but you have rights to areas if you establish yourself as an offensive player. The goalie can't just run into you and flop down, or he shouldn't be able to. Paraguay got away with it. So Germany got a little bit of a screw job there, unfortunately, for the Germans. But it's all adding up to the United States taking on Bosnia-Herzegovina on Wednesday. Tonight, actually, I'll be at Three Dogs Tavern for the Mexico match. So if you want to come down and join me to watch Mexico, that would be fantastic. And I'll be there starting at 6:30. The game's at 7. And it's an awesome slate of games. It's Ivory Coast against Norway, France against Sweden, and then tonight, Mexico against Ecuador. So we'll be out there at Three Dogs Tavern for the Mexico match and against Ecuador. Nothing against Ecuador, but I'm pulling for Mexico. I really don't know much about Ecuador. All right, there you go. It's DMac Mac for the 30th of June, 2026. Y'all have a great day, and don't let idiots bother.
Stop the play. At first, you're thinking,
well, why is he not throwing it?
Yeah. Hey, yo, get down.
Get out.
Come on, man.
Yeah.